Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So earlier today Kabam sent out a summoner survey basically about Alliance Quest, and that reminded me about what I have been talking about Alliance Quest for several months already. And I do understand that not everybody is going to agree with my suggestions or everything in this suggestion, especially because some of these things are going to be divisive. But I will be going over basically my kind of thoughts of Alliance Quest right now, and exactly what that game mode could be, should be, and how to make it better in essence. So I will just pop out a quick summary here, because right now when we are doing Alliance Quest, it is often the last thing we do before going to sleep. It is often something that's hindering our holidays and weekends. It's the first thing we do when we wake up. Many of us have hidden workplace bathrooms pretending that we need to take number two and doing our lanes then. The fact of the matter is, I just don't see a reason why Kabam would forcefully want to torture us that badly. And Alliance Quest in its essence at the moment and forever will remain as a chore. In my mind, a good analogy to it would be as if you're taking the same test, as if you're taking the same exam, 5 days in a row, months and months and months, every year. It just makes no sense, because Alliance Quest is repetitive, Alliance Quest is a chore, and it is one of the foundations of this game. But as many of the things in this game, it obviously certainly can get improved. So let's go over bit by bit. So the first real big problem is that it's often on the weekends. On Fridays, many people want to go out, have a drink. On Saturdays, you might have had some family day or Sundays. And often people are unable to fully devote themselves to whatever's happening around, because you do need to keep in mind, whether you have cleared your lanes, whether you have had time to do that, whether, you have been unlinked, or whether the mini boss has been taken down. And there have been some improvements done on that, but it's still something that's at the back of your mind at all times. And again, there's just no reason for it to be that way, in my opinion. So the first and perhaps most important change is just make Alliance Quest from Monday to Thursday. Give Friday, Saturday, Sunday back to us. So 4 days of AQ, 3 days off. I think it's much better balance. And then it also fits on this weekly schedule. That's it. Monday evening, Tuesday evening, Wednesday evening, Thursday evening. Go do your AQ. And then you have Friday, Saturday, Sunday to be done with it. It finishes on Thursday afternoon. Friday afternoon, you are free to do whatever you please. So that is the first kind of like big change. I do think that this rotating schedule is kind of messy. It's unnecessary. There's no reason for it to be on 8-day schedule. Nothing else in this game is on 8-day schedule. Even Alliance Wars, we do have that extra leeway day when there's just no war for a day. And I do think it's, long overdue for Alliance Quest to also get that. The second, perhaps the biggest thing, the biggest change that a lot of people probably will oppose, because I do imagine that there are people who enjoy doing Alliance Quest, who love playing it over and over and over again. But, Alliance Quest is exciting for 3 weeks, maybe a month. Or whenever you join a new alliance and you're given a new set of paths. You can't realistically expect officers to purposely just, juggle everything around, because there's no benefit from it to give you like fresh paths every week and then you rotate through them. Why would anybody want to do that? Because that would just result in you using more items whilst you're getting used to everything else, and there's literally no point in that. So again, I'm going to go back to that comparison to taking the same exam over and over and over and over and over again. As you have done AQ for like 2-3 weeks straight, you have minimized your item use, you know which champions you kind of want to bring in for most part. And sometimes I purposely, change about, bring in one champion I want to experiment with, because, I know that my other 2 champions are capable of taking the rest of the fights. It just feels unnecessarily long for something as repetitive. And Alliance Quest often is the game mode that you have to play last thing in the evening. For me, it always is the last thing in the evening. As I live in UK, it starts at 8 p.m. And, I personally need to wait for somebody to kind of spend energy on the initial entry to the right side on map 8. And then if that person's busy, still need to wait on them. But even if I could just go and do my lanes, it is virtually always the last thing I need to do before I go to bed. God forbid, sometimes I feel unwell or I have different things to tend to, then it's just unnecessary stress again. Alliance Quest is always virtually the first thing I do to when I wake up as well. And then it's just something that meddles with you for the rest of the day. Locks in your champions, which again, I don't, well, which is, again, take it or leave it situation. But I think in an ideal world, how much more enjoyable would Alliance Quest be if you wouldn't be holding anybody up ever? How much more enjoyable Alliance Quest would be if you would know that you can just log in the game, go to Alliance Quest once a day, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, whenever in that 24-hour period when the map is active, and do your 5-6 fights on a path, maybe a mini boss, and see if, you know, final boss is there or whatever. That's it. I do think that Kabam is trying to make Alliance Quest, especially higher maps, some sort of challenge. But again, it is only a challenge the first, second, or third time you do it. Once you have figured it out, it's just boring. It's just doing the same thing over and over and over again. And nothing that they do will make Alliance Quest feel like, you know, fresh, exciting, new content all the time. Because they virtually do not have the manpower to rehash that map every month or something like that. So, why don't put all of those, you know, resources and time in game modes where you can accomplish that? And leave Alliance Quest what it is. It is a chore. But at least make it doable chore. Make it a chore that doesn't interfere with people's personal lives. Make it a chore that doesn't force you to pretend to take a bathroom break. Make it a chore that you are able to do in your own conditions. By basically letting us do it all in one set of energy. And also by having somebody who can have a day off. So give us like maximum of 9 paths. So every battle group can have 1 free slot. Because that is the last point that I wanted to talk about, is that I do not see a reason why can't they give us that free path or that free backup player. At the moment, if you are playing Alliance Quest in, you know, highest of maps, whenever personal affairs arise, whenever you want to take a holiday, or whenever you want to do anything else, you have effectively only a couple of choices, and none of them are good. Number one, you can try and make sure that you have internet access at any given point throughout your holiday and try and clear your paths. But, you know, again, it's just something that ruins your holiday. Number two, you can leave your alliance because you don't want to let your teammates down. Or number three, and, you know, again, we all know these things happen. You can pretend that they don't, but they do. Give your login information to a friend of yours or an officer or somebody who covers your AQ for a while. Well, virtually the 3 choices. You ruin your holiday, disappoint your friends and leave for a time and put them through the trouble of trying to find a recruit for a week or 2. Or cheat. Effectively break the TOS. Why? Why does Kabam insist on that? Why is it so important for them that all 10 players are there every day, day in and out? Why can't they give us that leeway of, you know, 1 player having potentially personal life? It again is just, in my opinion, fairly inconsiderate system. It can interfere with your weekends, it definitely interferes with your personal life. I can definitely speak from experience. It has been source of a lot of arguments in between me and my better half. Because, you know, I can understand her frustration if we're watching a movie in the evening and, you know, we're having a nice time together and I'm like, oh, I need to do my IQ. You know, it obviously ruins the mood and it's just annoying. But it's something, again, that I have no control over. I kind of need to do it. And, yeah, that is my IQ suggestion. Again, there will probably be some people who heavily disagree with making AQ that significantly shorter. I'd rather have it much shorter and perhaps be harder. But again, just so I'm able to do it on my terms at a time that I feel comfortable doing it, rather than forcefully logging in evening, morning, throughout the day, what else? So, I know that this probably would never happen, because Kabam has to Kabam. Kabam, by all intents and purposes, doesn't do nice things for players. But this would be my ideal IQ system, so to speak. Show up, do your path, and that's it, and leave IQ out of it. Anyways, let me know what you guys think, and I will catch you guys later. See ya. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the next